want to, but I'm gonna try. When she left me, yeah, died a little bit inside. You know, maybe things are gonna be alright. 'Cause I just wanna see the light.
It's Tier
Yeah, I just
2
wanna see the
showtime!
light.
And they're on in a race time. But I know which way to go, left or right. It's all eyes on the Ferrari. Stylo has done the impossible. This is the move. This is the moment.
And that puts in Rapture on the podium.
But it's this man who comes home victorious. It's Red Bull. Endurance who wins. Welcome everybody to another round here of Moose Racing League action. Oh my golly gee, I'm so excited to be joining you guys here for another round of awesome Tier 1 action. And it is round 5 here in the Season 12 Championship. You guys know my name. My name's Punjew. I am so excited to be joining you guys for this race. It's going to be one heck of a race. And this time, you guys are stuck with me. I am fully unhinged. I'm ready to go crazy, and I have nobody holding me back. We're gonna go have some fun tonight. I am so excited for tonight's race, honestly. I mean, obviously, you know, every single time I get a chance to go watch Tier 1 action, I love it, right? Everybody loves watching Tier 1 action, but today is gonna be special because we have some great reserves coming in here. A couple Tier 2 drivers popping up into Tier 1, which I'm really excited to watch. And I think it's gonna prove to be extra chaotic in like all the right ways. Apologies, I just grabbed something. I'm so ready for this, man. I think it's going to be absolute wild scenes the whole way through. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and take a look at the track map that we've got tonight, because this track has proved very difficult for every single tier so far tonight. It's Bahrain with 15 turns, 3.36 miles, 5.4 kilometers, but who cares about those non-freedom units? Of course, there's one main passing zone. Of course, you know, it's into turn 1, but the bigger ones, in my opinion, exists in the middle of the track around like that turn 10 area if people are gonna be really aggressive and make some good spots, because we do have 3 DRS detection zones, 3 DRS zones, which will mean that there will be quite a few overtakes. There's a big hill up into turn 4 as well. You don't really feel the elevation while you're in it, but it is quite a bit of elevation going uphill, and that's also DRS zone where you might see some big overtakes and some opportunities for some great side-by-side action up there through turn 4 and then all the way down into turn 8, the hairpin. If people can keep it side by side there, they are goated. But you know what? I've seen crazier here in Tier 1, and I'm excited to see it. We've got a great qualifying session, obviously, ahead of us. 20 drivers out on track, and one of them, who we already have on track right now, let's go ahead and jump over there and take a look at it. It is our good friend, Mr. Yellow Snowman, and he's our first one out there. I'm excited to see what he's got tonight. I mean, he obviously, you know, always feels that he's not going to be very competitive, right? But personally, I think he always ends up putting down some pretty good times. He always ends up being pretty impressive. So I think we're going to see something pretty special out of him. I see Sketchable. He says, I'm back in hell. Great. Can't wait for my luck to kill me again, like Tier 2. Hey, Sketchable, welcome back. I heard you were reserving back up, and you know what? Excited to see it in here. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We've also got Fatweed reserving up here. He's right there down in 15th as of right now. Of course, it's only just because no one's set any times, but I think we're going to see something pretty impressive out of him. I don't know why. My spectator cam does that sometimes. Interesting. Don't worry about that. Let me do a quick little fix. But yeah, I expect to see some pretty impressive stuff out of this guy Fatweed. I have an idea. That one didn't work. Hold on a second. One more idea. While we're waiting and taking a look at this technical difficulties, we got a couple people getting ready to put on some laps. Fat Yellow Snowman, I think, will be the first one out there on a lap. So let's watch him and go on board and watch what he's got tonight. How have I managed to do this? Diagnosed this very interesting issue where I can't look forward on a spectator camera. That's a new one. We love it. Esima, of course, throwing down a very competitive time as well. Look at him with that 34.9. He's really showing everybody what he's got tonight. There it is. We fixed it. Esima really showing the whole crowd what he's capable of. Yellowstone went ahead and aborted his first lap. Went straight into the pits. They may have invalidated, or at least just had a pretty bad one. Decided not to go for it. Arcadia out there in the McLaren team looking to score some pretty good points for himself. I want to see what he's got tonight. But before we get into this one, let's take a look at last week's race, because last week's race was an absolute heater out in Silverstone. And of course, we had a reserve of Cloud going and winning that thing with Supply Raptor coming in second, and a great race for Ferrari with Esima, of course, coming in third. Supply Raptor, man, has been on a great season so far this season. Let's take a look at his full standings. He is looking pretty good so far. Sits in fourth, but I think he can do better. Eruption obviously just in front of him, MV1 in front of him, and then we got Esima currently at the top of the tables. But he is ripe to be dethroned, because if you look at that, Eruption and MV1 just 12 points away from those two, between the two of them combined. Sorry, 10 points. So you never know, man. It's anyone's game, that's for sure. I'm excited to see what he's got, though. I think SML's going to be coming out here with a vengeance. Of course, I've seen him putting down a lot of time trial times. And look at him, obviously, right now, he's still currently top of the timetables, sitting at that 26.483. Taking a look a little bit more at the full team standings coming into this week's race. Also, Turtle, hello, good to see you. I miss you too. We got the Racing Bulls, the V-Carb team, just destroying this season. They're doing a great job. Alpine, of course, also doing a really good job. Stark contrast from last season. Alpine has been exceptional this season so far. Really, really great from them. Mercedes sitting in third right now. McLaren in fourth. And then, of course, Red Bull down in the fifth. They've had a bit of a rough season comparatively to last season, where obviously they basically just ran away with the championship. They had some fights for sure, but they ended up taking the dub. Ferrari down in sixth, Williams, of course, in seventh, and then Sauber, Haas, and Aston Martin make out the bottom three. Been a lot of tumultuousness when it comes to team principles and all kind of stuff, but you know what? I think it's been kind of part of the fun, and it's been adding a lot of the intrigue. Sketchable says he wishes he wasn't here in this tier, and you know what? I disagree with you. I'm excited for you. Look at this. We're on Sketchable's camera right here. Let's go ahead and watch Sketchable through a lap and see what he's got here tonight. I expect to see something magical. Oh, this guy, look at him. He's wiggling. He's like, no, don't look at me. Too bad. We're going to do this thing. And let's see what he's got right here. Sketchable coming out of the final corner. Puts the battery on. Doesn't use it, but he has it on deploy now on a medium battery deploy. And I'm sure he'll probably end up putting on overtake. There he goes. He's going ahead and dropping some battery right here. Let's see what he's got. He's going to come over to turn one. Big braking zone at the 100 board. Late braking two. Great turn in. Good exit. Gets in the power as early as he can without spinning the wheels. Cloud goes and puts on a 26.475 to make a statement after last week's reserve run for themselves. And Sketchable right here coming up into turn four. Good entry right there. How's his exit? This is crucial to get right. Looks pretty solid, pretty strong. Pretty cool, calm and collected. I think he might be on for at least a 27. May even peek his way into those 26s. Uses all the curb right there through the S's up into turn 8, which is that tight right-hander. You saw that little hairpin coming over the hill right here over turn 9 in a hard braking zone into turn 10. Goes straight on, barely touches the curb. Maybe missed the apex a little bit, but still gets a pretty good exit. Good enough. And puts that DRS zone and opens up that flap, so he's flying on his way down into turn 11. It's going to be a wide, increasing radius hairpin right here. Oh, used a lot of curb. I think he may actually bit off a little bit more curb than he wanted to. Goes a little bit wider than maybe he wished, but he does cut that curb up over the hill into 14. Big turn. Looks good right here to finish off this lap right here. I think Sketchable's going to grab a little bit of tow from the McLaren, who pulls over to the right side. He says, no, let me give you just a little bit more slipstream on you. Late braking again. Dodges that inside curb. Good exit. Pretty solid, pretty strong. Will he get that coveted 26? He might not. It's not. It's going to be 27.5. Good lap, though. 27.580 for Sketchable. Puts himself in a 9th, just in front of Coop Noob and Dreams. Pretty good so far, honestly. I think it's something he should be proud of. That's a pretty good lap. Now, somebody who I also want to see throw down something special is this guy, Supply Raptor. Remember, I mentioned Supply Raptor at the beginning of the stream in our intro. He is looking really strong this season. This obviously is not, his best lap right here. Looks like he's going to be either resetting, going back to the pits. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and call it a day on this one. Maybe had a big tank slapper or something like that. Andy pulling his normal Andy strategy, just deciding not to qualify because he doesn't want to, I guess. I'm not sure. But he said, hey, I don't feel like qualifying for this one today. You know, we would never make him. Estima, though. He wants to qualify. He's about to start another outlap or another hot lap. Let's see what he's got here. His second lap of the day. Will it be faster than that existing 26.483, which is a fast lap? He's looking strong. How's he going to handle turn one? Late braking even after the 100. Hard turn into the right. Gets in the power early in third. Cuts over that left-hander. Uses all the curb in the exit. Opens up the DRS flap, and he is flying. You can see charging down up the hill into turn 4, using all the track right there. Barely not going over the white lines in the exit so he can get the maximum amount of entry speed because he wants to use as much track as he possibly can. Cuts over that curbing right there. Already over a 10th up on his best lap. That's insanity. Sketchy Wolves decided to leave the session. He said, 10th is all I got. I'm just going to go ahead and quit. Never come back. Just kidding. He probably got disconnected. We'll get him back in the lobby right here. Estima, though, coming over through turn 9. Late braking again through turn 10. A much tighter line than we saw from Sketchy Wolves' line. And really uses all that exit right there. That was incredible. Every single inch of the curb is being used by this guy. This is what separates the top tier from that just barely off. Oh, bit of a snapper action right there. He's really pushing hard. Is he going to be up in his time? So he uses all the curb again. And he's up only 0.06 of a second. Now, he definitely had more in it. He's going to feel pretty hard done by that mistake right there in the middle of sector 2. Coming down to the final corner right here. Espa's going to have a strong braking zone here. Good brake. Turns in tight. Crazy exit. Uses all the curb again. And just hugs that line of the corner, as you can see on the way out. And then boom, he's in for a 26.273. He's still gained 0.2 on that lap, even though I saw him having a massive tank slapper. I expect to see a 25.9 out of this guy before the end of the session. Oh no, Sketchball says he disconnected, rip. Well, hopefully we can try to get you back in just a second. Join off your teammate. Lyric right here, he's up there. Lyric, otherwise known as MV1, of course, also having a great season right here, sits in second right now in the championship. He's really carrying that V-Carb team. He's doing a great job. And of course, Henry's also doing a really good job too for the season, for the team. But wow, Lyric and MV1, as we know him, is just doing an insane job this season. 6 minutes left of the qualifying session. MV1 has a lot of work to do to catch up to that 26.273 that Estimba has slammed down on the table in front of all these tier 1 drivers. But look at MV1 cutting all that curb right there on the right side. 0.2 up in his best right now. Would be in the 26.4s. And looks like he's having a better sector 2 than Estimba did. So maybe we see an insanely fast sector 3 here out of MV1. And that's what gets him this potential provisional pull. How's that actually going to be? It's very similar. You can watch. They track the exact same line following the curvature of the curbs on the outside. He's going to go take the right side. 26.359. Just puts him into second, but in front of Cloud, crucially. The Mercedes duo both sitting very strong. In fact, Marcel Paps just eclipsed his teammate and is only 1/1000th of a second away from MV1. 3.60 versus MV1's 3.59. Wow, gaps in this tier are already getting really tight. I mean, obviously we see this one between Arcady and Chazibot. That's a tight one as well. We've got a really tight one. Where else we got? Oh yeah, Coop Noob and Fatweed. That's a good one. We got Dreams and Freddie Roselle. 0.08 of a second. Simon and Mateo, less than a 10th. Incredible. And we still have yet to see a lap from Henry or Andy. And Supply Raptor has yet to set a valid one. In fact, this might end up being, because of when he came out, unless he double did his tires or his fuel, this might be his only chance at a lap right here. We'll see what he did right here, but this looks less than tidy for sure. It is a purple sector too, so, you know, I can't talk too much crap, right? Like, watch ends up being pretty fast, but it doesn't seem like the tidiest lap of all time. Good exit, though, and good entry. Probably not quite a 26. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, shoot, it is. 26.5. Wow, Supply Raptor. 5.85 right there. 26.585 puts himself into 5th. Whole lot of 5s going on right there, but he is looking pretty strong. Really helping out the Williams team as his teammate for the day, Yellow Snowman, has retired already. Henry and Andy, of course, not qualifying is what it looks like probably tonight, unless Henry pulls out a late one. I doubt they'll do it. But almost half the grid right now is out on track, probably on in-laps. Yep, we got Dreams on an in-lap. Mateo on an in-lap. He just improved on his time. He put himself about as good as he could get into 14th. He's just behind Fatweed. Look at that gap between Coob Noob, Fatweed, and Mateo. Less than it's 0.08 of a second separates the three of them. That's crazy, dude. I'm so amazed by this Marcel Paps and MV1 gap, though. 1/1000th. You'll love to see it. Nothing makes you happier than you see crazy gaps like that. And we are at the 3-minute mark right here in qualifying, because we're going to have a lot of people start going out in the next about 30 to 45 seconds. Kubnib, obviously one of them, who's out there looking to go put down an absolute screamer of a lap before we take on 27 laps of Bahrain. Ooh. Kubnib obviously on an outlap, so it doesn't really matter too much, but get a bit of a tank slapper there. I will say, I was having massive struggles with this track earlier today. I feel like in general, Bahrain on this game, just the rear end just seems so unsure of itself, for lack of a better term. It's very, very hard to get the confidence. You can see him, he's going get some wiggles, just trying to get a little bit more heat in those tires, because it's so hard to gain the confidence that you need and to be able to trust that your tires, excuse me, trust that your tires are going to do what you want them to do. They just really don't seem like they want to cooperate with the average driver. And so, you know, each of the drivers are going to be finding their own way to wrestle the car into submission and doing what they want it to do. But that is a much harder task than it sounds like. We got Kubnib flying past a huge pileup of cars. As you can see right there, all behind him. Everybody coming out of the pits at the same time. Kubnib, let's see what he's got here for his next hot lap. I have a feeling it's going to look pretty good. Supply Raptor has decided to call it a day. He will not have a chance to go back out there. So the 26.5, I had a feeling was going to be his best chance, and that was all he's got. How's it look on the end of Sector 1? He is up 1.5 tenths. Kubnib on for 26.4 at this current moment, but needs to get more. Sorry, 27.4. He wants to get himself into those 26s if he can. It's a big ask, though. I mean, like, the 26 is a tough task to get done. I think we might see it for sure, but Kubnib's going to have to really put it down and give it everything he's got. Kubnib coming through the second DRS straight of the track. On his way into turn 11. Keeps it tight. Doesn't want to swing too far wide and lose that time by losing distance on the track. Does go 2.5 tenths up now of his best lap, so he's on to improve even more, but he needs to have an insane final sector. And unfortunately, the final sector is just 2 corners and 2 long straights. So, you know, not a whole lot of time to make up time. It's all about how do you exit those corners. And it's a bit of an interesting exit right there for Kubnib at the end of the final corner, but it should definitely improve him. He might sneak into the 20 seconds. No, he does not sneak into the 26s. The 27.155, 1/100th of a second faster than Tachubi, who is just starting his own hot lap at the front. Taking a look at Estenbaugh. Estenbaugh's coming up around turn 4 right here for his final hot lap attempt. We've got MV1 has to hustle. 13 seconds left to get over there. Cloud, though, is going to make it as well. So Cloud and MV1 just barely going to make it through. Every single driver that's on track right now is on a hot lap in some way, shape, or form. But Estenbaugh is down on his best lap. 0.04 of a second. Does not look like he's pushing too hard. Well, maybe he is. Remember, he had a big mistake right here in Sector 2, so he's got to have an insanely fast Sector 2. He still has time to make up if he nails it. MV1 right here, 26.359. Current best time. Will he be able to eclipse that time the Ferrari is definitely looking to put down as he's about to cross his sector marker? He is down in his best time. Estenbaugh is up in his best time by 0.04 of a second. What about Marcel? I don't see it. Cloud? I don't see it either. MV1 looking seriously in pressure and in danger of not improving on this lap. He's got to improve. I bet you Marcel's improving. I bet you. Estenbaugh, though, is coming around the final corner right here. Let's see what he's got. Currently, he's at 26.273. Does he improve that lap? He does. 2.27. Moves 0.05 of a second up. Then that's a statement for sure for the rest of the grid. We got Paps up 1.5 tenths. Lyric down 1.5 tenths currently. There's a Haas parked off to the left side. Will Lyric improve right here? No, he's not. Lyric, oh, MV1, I do not think he's going to improve. Marcel Paps is slated to eclipse MV1. Cloud, though, might be the only one who's able to spoil the party before Marcel Paps. Marcel Paps eclipses everyone. What? Marcel? Oh my gosh. I was expecting, you know, might be able to snag, you know, second. No, dude. Grabs first. Crazy pole position for Marcel out of nowhere. Well done. Great job. Great job. That was incredible. Also, since when did my picture die? I am just a man. Uh-oh. Nice. There we go. Perfect. Great pole position right there. From an absolutely great driver. Incredible job from Marcel Paps to click that, to, you know, steal that one at the very end, right in front of Esteban, of course, who's in second and currently leading the championship. Cloud in third, reserve driver who won last week's race. Great job from him. Mercedes team looking strong. Then we got V-Carb's MV1, Tachubi in fifth. Great job from him as well. Supplier Raptor in sixth with his one single run. He probably could have done better. ADF, Zyros, Chazibot, and Arcadia rounded our top 10. Within Henry's, Sketchable, Coob Noob, Freddie Roselle, Fatweed, Andy Mateo, Dream, Simon, and Yellow Snowman, rounding out our back 10. We'll see what these guys have got. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. I don't know, man. It looks like it's going to be a dry race, obviously. You know, it is Bahrain. If it rained, that'd be insane. In the membrane. Sorry, there's just so many rhymes available. I had to do at least one or two of them. It would be wild. I mean, we definitely could see it, but it's extremely unlikely. Seriously, insane for Marcel Paps to grab that one, dude. Yeah, it's a great pole position for Marcel. GG's to him. That was incredible. Very well deserved. Seriously, that's so good. That was nasty, dude. That was nasty. What a run. Marcel eclipsing Esteban on his way to the line. I'm going to put up my spicy prediction. Neither of those two is going to win. Just going to say it. We will have one safety car. It's going to be late in the race. It's going to shake up the entire grid. Both of them will end up being on the wrong strategy. And then some random person's going to come up and win it. Mark them. Mark those words. Watch it happen. You heard it here first, kids. Random winner tonight. Also, apologies. I'm just setting up my fan. Gotta get that cooling sensation on me, you know, because this race is about to be hot. It's gonna be a crazy one. Hope you guys are ready. I sure as heck am not. I'm never ready for the insanity that comes with these races, man. You'd think I'd, you know, start becoming ready because of how much I watch these and how much I commentate these. Never ready for it. Turtle says turn one's gonna be spicy. Predicting a turn one safety car. Nah, I think they're gonna make it through. But I think that's a fair prediction for sure. I think today they're gonna make it through though. I have faith. Misplaced as it may be, I do have faith. And we got the sound. Means we got our 5 red lights on their way, guys. Let's get ready to go racing here. We are here for round 5, the season 12 championship here in tier 1, and it's about to go down as the drivers charge towards turn 1 with 3, 4, 5 red lights are on. And they are off, and it is race time. Let's see what everybody's got for tires. It's a pretty good start from them. It's going to be Marcel Paps with a great start. Cloud with a really good start. They're looking at him. He's right up next to the Ferrari of Esteban, and everyone's so far looking pretty clean. Almost. We got a Williams that gets a little bit wide there. It looks like the Williams is Supply Raptor, but they're going to say, there it goes. There's maybe, I see it. Alpine down. Alpine down of ADF. Oh, he's gone way off track. He got pushed off and bullied off hardcore. Yeah, Snowman will pass him up, and so will Dreams, who had a terrible launch. Terrible launch, but everybody else so far looking pretty good. Side by side right here from a Kick Sauber and an Aston Martin. And the second Aston Martin looked like he wants to get up in there as well, but he's not going to go to do it. That's Chazibot right behind. Chazzy looking for a move. There goes Chazzy down the inside of Tachubi. Huge dive. And I think it's going to be stuck. Maybe not. No, great run out of the corner from Tachubi, and Chazibot will not be able to get it stuck. In fact, he's now under pressure from an Alpine and Sketchable. Sketchable under pressure from a V-Carb. V-Carb under pressure from a Red Bull. Red Bull under pressure from a Haas of Coob Noob, and it is all going crazy in the back half of the midfield right here, guys. This is nuts. And obviously it all kicked off with Andy at the very back of it, just watching the insanity go on in front of him. So far, though, we still enjoy a DRS train with 19 of the 20 drivers. The only one out of it is Dream. Sorry, now 2 of them. Actually, 3 of them. Tachubi has lost at DRS train. He's lost the plot. He's got to hurry up and get right up on the back of Zyros. Otherwise, he will be gone, girl, for the rest of this race, and there will be almost no catching up from these from this position that he's at right here. He's got top 6 that he needs to catch up to. Position changes. We got Marcel Paps not losing anything. It's a little bit of a using the esports line over there on the right side. It's a faster line over there. Don't ask me why. We got the top 6 though. They're all staying exactly as put. Or sorry, the top 4. Supplier making a position. Zyro's making up 2. Chaz making up 2, and Tachubi losing 3. But of course, the big loser, Arcadia and Dreams at the very back. They're having to pit same thing with Yellow Snowman, as well as ADF with that big, loss of traction off to the left side. That really did mess him up coming out of turn 2 and 3. Otherwise, though, not bad. Relatively clean. Chazzy bot, pretty far away. He did just eclipse Tachubi. Chazzy's going to be on a charge. He's going to see if he can get himself back into that DRS range. I think he probably will be able to. He looks like he's faster than his teammate of Zyros. However, Zyros was a real homie. He would slow down just a little bit because Zyros wouldn't lose that DRS from in front of him, and he would let Chazzy get back in there. It looks like Chazzy did get in there, so the DRS train does recommence, but Fatweed obviously is the only one breaking it up. He is pretty far out of it with Mateo just behind him and closing. It's going to be close right there. Freddie Razel putting some pressure on the back of Henry. And up at the front, it's still, exactly as she wrote from the start with MV1 in 4th, Cloud in 3rd, Esteban 2nd, and Marcel in the sharp end of the stick. He's looking pretty strong up here at the top part of the grid. And the question is, will he be able to keep that form all the way for the rest of this race? He's got a lot of laps to do it. 29 laps total for this race. It's a big pass on the outside from Esteban. The nice thing about the way the fast line is in this track is it kind of makes the passes have to be outside passes, and that's Cloud and Marcel Pap's teammates having a little bit of a scrap going into turn 1. Marcel's going to lose 2 actually out of it, and Cloud will take a position. And MV1's going to look for making a move right here, but it's going to be a little bit too optimistic. I don't think he'll have it. Yeah, he won't. He's going to go ahead and back out and stay in 4th. MV1's in a tough spot right here because it's going to be almost impossible for him to pass, you know? That 4th place position is really hard for you to pass going on that turn 1. 2nd and 3rd place, both of you guys can usually get past if you're within like 4 or 5 tenths collectively of the leader. But 4th just almost never can make it done. You can almost never lose 3 positions going to turn 1. So it's likely going to be a trade-off now between a Ferrari and 2 McLaren or 2 Mercedes for like the rest of this race. I expect it for at least for a while, for sure. Playing in my analysis right now, Zyros still holding down a big gap between himself and his teammate of Chazzybot. 2.2 seconds back for Chazzybot. Chazzy, the moment that he had to battle with Tachubi to get that position, it really messed him up. And of course, now he's fallen back a lot. The reason why he had to is obviously, look at that. Tires. Chazzy is on the softs, but Tachubi is not. So that does make a big difference over a lap for sure. It'll make you a lot faster or a lot slower if you're on hards softs versus mediums. The wear rate is almost the same. In fact, there goes Sketchable right now making a pass on Chazzybot, and I don't think Chazzy's going to lose it to Freddy. No, you won't. The wear rate on the softs and the mediums of this track are almost identical, which is very interesting. So if you ever do see somebody popping on the mediums, expect them to get off of them in about 10 laps. They do not last long. They disappear really quick. The ideal pit strategy here is obviously the soft to hard. Pit around lap 10 if you can make them last longer, or lap 11. And then take the hards to the very end is the ideal strategy. Now, of course, Andy at the very back, you see him, he's on the hards. He looks like he's going to go for the opposite strategy. And you know what? We'll see if that works out for him. I hope it does. I hope it does. We all like Andy. I think everybody likes Andy. So far, spicy race, though. Quite spicy race, and it's only going to get spicier. I want to see some big moves, though. Bahrain, a bit of a tough spot to make passes on. Chazzybot looking for a potential spot on Sketchable, but he will not go for it. He says, no, go ahead and keep that lead. I'll stay center right there. Oh, there's going to be a spin out from Dreams. Gets passed up by Arcadia. Dreams way at the back. Looks like his tires are just cooked up. Yeah, poor guy right there. He's way down. Now, of course, Yellow Snowman even farther down. Had to take a second pit stop. Yellow on some fresh softs now. That's tough, dude. Yellow. Oh, man. Bro's having a tough race so far. That's not what you want to see at all. He's definitely a good ways away from being lapped or something like that, but it's most certainly possible. Chazzybot and Sketchable once again swapping places. Chazzy this time will have it done and dusted really early. Versus Sketchable kind of had to dive a little bit more for it last lap. It's looking good for both of these guys. So they're pushing hard. You can see how much they're getting some tail wags. Oops. You can see how much they're getting some tail wags coming out of that corner. They're definitely pushing pretty hard. Up in the front, it's Marcel Pap still fighting down and trying his best to reclaw that lead that he lost on lap 2, excuse me, from Cloud and Esteban. Esteban, though, of course, does not want to give that lead up to anybody. He wants it for himself. That tier 1 race, man. Every single time after, or that tier 3 race, every single time afterwards, I feel like I'm absolutely zonked. I don't know how some of these people do double, triple headers of racing. It's so impressive. These guys are absolute gods. Really, really, really impressive. Well done to them to stay so so locked in for such an extended period of time. It's quite impressive. A little farther down, so he's locked in. Still Sketchy Bolt, still locked in the back of Chazibot, still chasing. Still not there yet. Freddie Razel sits in 9th, and Tachubi just behind them in 10th. That's our top 10, of course. Tachubi all the way up to Esima. Nobody out of this race quite yet. Nobody's crashed out. Nobody's DSQ'd. Nobody's DNF'd in the pits. Nothing. Everyone's staying very much so in this thing. At the front, though, it's Marcel. Cloud. Esima. Marcel wants it. Marcel won't get it. Gonna have to stick behind the Ferrari and rely on his teammate to make a dive, but his teammate will not go for it. He's looking for the better exit. Teammate didn't have the exit. In fact, there goes Marcel, gonna have the better exit on Cloud, and Cloud doesn't want to give it to him. They're gonna fight each other, and that is exactly what Esteban wants to see. If I was Esteban looking at my rearview mirrors and I see two silver arrows shooting arrows at each other, I'd be like, heck yes. Fight, fight, fight. You just give me more opportunity to run away, and it's kind of working out a little bit for him. He's almost 5/10 away now. Previously, he was holding a bit like, a 3/10 gap, so he did just gain a little bit of time right there, just because of the fact that two Mercedes did have a little scrap. Now, of course, they'll catch right back up, but it makes an immediate difference. It very much so does. So far, though, great racing. Very great racing. Yeah, I know. Captain, that never has gone badly, has it? Someone called Patty Low. Whoa! Zyro's almost got on the side of Zapirator there, coming out of turn 10. We got a yellow flag in the back. Looks like it's oh, Fatweed. Oh, he's spun. Oh no. Fatweed has gone and spun it himself. Unfortunate for him. Wow. This is a freaking tight battle right here. I want to see what Marcel does here. Marcel needs to make a hard move to the right side and make a double pass over Cloud and Esima. Because look, Cloud is blinking. Marcel's got 60% battery. Marcel says, nah, I'm going to stay patient. I'm going to hang out behind you for a little bit longer and wait. Zyros, though, did not want to stay patient. Made a huge send in supply after him. Freddy and Sketchy Bull swap positions as well. Tachubi, though, stays in 9th, and Kubnoob stays in 10th. Oh, in fact, Kubnoob gets our first penalty of the day. And Chazibot and Henry have gone in already on lap 7. Very, very, very early pit stop for them. Both onto fresh hards. I guys do me the biggest favor. I'm going to be right back. Let's watch the leaders real fast. Keep them all some company. We'll be right back instantly. I have to go make the most emergency PP in my life. Hold on a second. Speed that I have displayed is exactly the same speed that we see in there in this racing. And oh, it's really going off right now. Cloud and Marcel. I come back to an insane battle right here, and Lyrics got in the lead. And oh my gosh, looks like they're actually going to maybe make contact. Cloud barely dodges the rear end of Marcel, and that's allowed Supplier to really get up in there. And then the MV1 has found himself in second. Oh my gosh, of course. Right when I disappear, I missed the best action ever. But Cloud looking really strong today. And Marcel as well. MV1, of course, looking extremely strong, but that's just allowed Esteban to gap out even farther, and he loves that. Yeah, they definitely should be, Turtle. I agree. But it looks like they're not going to work together. They are not going to play nice today. They're saying, no, thank you. We want to fight the whole way through. You know what? It's fine with me. This gives me more action. Now, Mateo looks like he has DNF'd. It looks like he DNF'd in the pits from what I saw. So Mateo's out of this race. Unfortunate for him. That's our first retirement of the night. Snowman and Fatweed having a nice little battle at the back, but I can't quite watch that because look at this. Oh, there goes one. It's Marcel. It's going to go to the pits. Early pit stop goes for the undercut. Will this work out for Marcel? That's the real question. Is he going to have a fast pit stop? No wing change needed. He looks good. Quick pit stop. Where's he going to come out? Is he going to come out in traffic? No, he should come out pretty clean. Maybe behind a Red Bull of Andy, but I mean, probably a big enough gap behind Andy to the point that's not going to slow him down, and Andy will have to go in and pit. Oh, no, Andy won't. Andy's on hards. So he's going to have to clear Andy. This is, yeah, oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, very sketchy. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at that leaderboard right here, or at the leaders, with Esteban currently leading, MV1 obviously sitting in second, Cloud in third, Zyro's in fourth, Supplier Raptor in fifth, Chuby 6 seconds back, rounding out sixth, and he's in the next little pod. But, of course, the top 5 little pod right here. Supplier Raptor barely hanging on for dear life. Look at him, 6 tenths out of that. It feels like it's a mile. He is far away, but he's doing his best. Zyro's looking really strong as well. Dude, I mean, he's doing a great job. You know, these two reserves of Zyro's and Cloud are just coming in here and absolutely romping the field. They're doing a great, great job holding their own. It's really, really impressive. Now, the Tier 2 drivers having a little bit of a tougher time. Of course, you know, one of those being Fatweed. He's down in 18th. Another one, we've got a Tier 2 driver of Sketchy Bull. He's doing good. He's up in 7th. Pretty solid. Yeah, I mean, Tier 2 is doing all right today, but not the best, for sure. Now, let's see when these leaders are going to go in. Are we going to see a leader pit from SM right here? Is he going to posture for it? Doesn't posture for it. We got a Fatweed spinning out. We got Lyric making a move. We got Cloud not going in. We got Zyro's not going in. We got Supplier not going in. So it's going to be a pass, a very clean and easy pass for the lead between Esteban and MV1. MV1 wants to have the lead going into the pit lane, and I don't blame him. I mean, that's going to potentially prove to be quite advantageous, but is this going to be too long staying out here? Is the undercut going to work for our boy? Oh my gosh, I think it just might. Marcel is looking in a good spot, dude. He's flying right here. He's got nobody around him. He's in the cleanest of clean airs. Bro, this air is like freshly Purell sanitized. Like, it's so clean. This is really easy for him. It says there are pros of having 2 fast, aggressive drivers in the same team, but there are also cons. That is facts. And one of them may obviously be the battling that's been happening between the two of them. But this might come to a really serious head in the next lap or two when those top guys do go in and pit. And it's a question of when are they going to go ahead and make that decision? Are they going to wait even longer and try to hold it out for a safety car? Or are they just going to say, no, let's go ahead and go in on lap 10? I really think they're all going to go in right now. I bet you all top 5 go in right here. Top 6, excuse me. Freddy and, yeah, Freddy's going to go in as well. Tachubi and ADF will stay out for 2 more laps. It's my guess. They may take 1 more, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Got some apple juice. MV1 stays out. S1 stays out. Cloud stays out. Zyro stays out. Supplier stays out. They're all in DRS. They're saying, no, I'm going to stay out. Wow. And there's a pass right there between Cloud and MV1. Cloud does make a move. It looks like Cloud's got a lot of energy, too. I mean, I don't know, though. Here's the thing. Like, oh, Fatweed's going to get himself 3 seconds. Tough for him. Here's the tough part. Fatweed's actually spun. I just want to mention this, by the way. Before the race, Fatweed came into my chat during Tier 3 and said, don't spin, pun. I just want to say that. Just got to say it. You know, I just got to say it. It's really nothing more to it. Just wanted to mention that he did say that. Back to the race action at hand. Here's the thing, though, Turtle. And for those of you guys that are watching, like, this top 5 hanging out in a DRS train could potentially be towing themselves along faster than we could see Marcel perhaps catch back up. And Marcel's not too far back, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at that gap to the leader. Marcel is only 22 seconds away. He pit effectively from the lead, right? Oh, Sketchables ended up leaving the session. Looks like his internet has said no more anymore. And he really gets unlucky with that. You never know. However, Zyro's and Supply Raptor, of course, with themselves being a little bit farther back in this thing, they're not really getting the exact same toe out of it. So we're going to find out if this is going to work out for them, but never know. Also, Sketchable, I can't invite you, remember. Oh, Fatway's retiring to the pits. We're finally going to have us all go in. Watch for maybe some chaos going into the pit lane. Nothing. Everyone's cool. Now, here's the question. We're going to go under Marcel Pap's camera. What is going to happen here? Oh, man. Now, Marcel's still got half of 50% of battery. Got half a tank. He's going to get DRS here, too. This is huge. Marcel is going to get DRS off of Andy. He's going to pass him. He's going to get by him. And he's going to get in front of all 5 of these cars. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just a 6-tuple overtake for Marcel Paps to put himself into second currently, but the net leader of the race. And all these cars are stuck behind Andy. Esteban, Cloud, MV1, Zyros, and Supply Raptor all going to have to get by him. And of course, Esteban is going to make that move ASAP. And he's almost hitting the back of Andy right there. Marcel Paps is going to come back right at them. And he's going to get right back. Oh, wow. And now Andy's slowing down Esteban like crazy. Watch him dive right here. There it is. I knew it was going to happen. Yeah, there's no way that Esteban was going to hold up any longer than that one. Cloud, though, has nowhere to go. He's going to have to stay on the right side. Great call from Marcel, indeed. And Andy, again, just trying to live right now. He's like, dude, I'm on such an alternate strategy than you guys. Just don't kill me. That's all he wants, to live, hopefully. And he's having to work for that. Marcel, though, currently leading the race still. Esteban sitting in second, Cloud in third, and MV1 getting caught up in that traffic, sits in fifth, but net fourth. Zyros, yeah, just now passes Andy on the outside around turn 12. That was brave. And the respite is not here yet for Andy. Andy now has to contend with Supply Raptor, who's going to try to make a move before the final corner. Nah. Yeah, that was not worth the battery burn. He burned his battery for really no reason, so now Supply Raptor's going to have a much tougher time, and he's going to get stuck behind Andy, who's making a bit of a mistake. Supply Raptor is going to be shaking his fist at the world. Guarantee you, he's not happy about this. Up at the front, though. Look at them. They're taking up all the track they possibly can to avoid each other's DRS. Oh my gosh, it is getting tasty up here. Esteban sits in third. Of course, Achubi's still up there, currently leading the race, but, you know, he's not that leader. He's going to have to make a pit stop in the next couple laps. He's taking those mediums a long time, though. He's holding out for that safety car. He's praying happens the next couple laps. But at this current rate, I don't know if we're going to get one. Looks like everyone's been pretty well behaved so far. You know, unless your name is Fatweed, you haven't really been the most well behaved. You've been kind of killing yourself. Wow, look at MV1, dude. He's pushing so hard. In fact, he gives Cloud a little bit of a love tap right there. Says, hey, reminder, I'm right here. Look at that. He gives a little wiggle like, hey, get the heck out of my way, right? Zyros, though, waiting and wing. He's waiting for the moment to pounce. Moment isn't there yet. Supply Raptor needs a good exit here out of 6. Or sorry, out of 10. Good exit. Good enough. He'll stay in it. Chazzybot is very happy to see all of them fighting ahead of him because that just means he gets time to catch back up. But he hasn't caught back up yet. He wanted them to fight a little bit longer, but didn't quite last long enough for himself. So Chazzy's still going to be, you know, about 3.5 seconds away from the back of Supply Raptor. Tough for him, but, you know, he's going to everything he's got. Look at them all trundle down the second to last straight here. Camera focused on MV1. Is he going to have a good enough exit to make a pass here? Remember, you know, we got to see Cloud for sure going to go for it. Esteban for sure as well. But will both of them go for it? That's the real question. Cloud, oh, 3 wide going down into turn 1. Look at that dive. And I think Cloud is going to go for it. Him and Marcel Paps banging wheels a little bit. They're still side by side. Marcel gets a better exit, though, but now it's going to let MV1 just get right up in there. Has to check up a little bit, but wow. Cloud burned all of his energy to try to make that move done, and it just did not work out for him. Instead, it just allowed Esteban to stay up in the front and slowed himself and his teammate down. And I guarantee you, Kiss My Axe is sweating bullets right now watching his team fight tooth and nail for this one position. Of course, it's a big position. It's the difference between second and third, which is a 3-point swing. So, you know, it's worth it to fight, right? But wow, they are fighting pretty hard. 2 drivers in the pits right now, Arcady and Yellow Snowman. They're pretty far back, though. They've had a bit of a rough race so far. They definitely need that safety car to come out. It does not look like it's coming out. See, you say that, but I don't think it ever really could be an easy 1-2 when you've got people like MV1 and Esteban in the lobby. I mean, those two are absolutely not to be trifled with. Zyros, too, and Supply Raptor. Like, all 4 of those guys are not to be trifled with. They are up here in the top 6 for a reason. There is no clear favorite for me quite yet. you really don't know who's going to win this race. It could be any of these 6 at this current moment, but I'm going to say my money is on Esteban tonight. I think he's actually going to have it. I said he wasn't going to at the start, but I think he's actually got this one. Marcel Pap's going to take that ideal line, but he's going to opt away from getting, what's it called? Slipstream. Notice Marcel Paps is modulating his energy mode quite often. He was staying in none all the way down that start-finish straight, so he didn't burn any extra that he needed to, and he could choose overtake to instead modulate what he wanted to use. I think all these drivers, these top 6, are all very actively changing settings on their wheel to change their ERS deployment, whether they want to stay in medium, none, or maximum. Also looks like Sketchball has disconnected again. Yeah, it's pretty tough. Yeah, it's tough. Esteban's still at 80% battery as well. Speaking of battery, like, look at how well these guys manage it. They're putting down crazy laps, and yet they still have like full tanks of battery. That's crazy. They're using hot lap, medium, none, random overtake mode. Like, they're using everything they possibly have. All of the tricks in their books. It's quite impressive. Yeah, I mean, Turtle, this is how it goes, man. Look at that. 6 drivers in 2 seconds. You said 5 and 1.5, but 6 and 2. That's a good point, to make as well. It's insanity. Currently, the fastest lap is to Cloud as well, but that might change as the race goes on. You never know. Back up to Lyric. MV1. He's going to make a move here. I don't think so. Oh! Oh, Cloud. Should have gone for it right there, but he didn't want to slow himself down. Wow. I think Cloud had a move there, but he decided to back off and let Esteban breathe. I don't know if that was the right move there. Oh, dude. Yeah, really, it is one mistake, and it's all over. It could be Jover in a second. And absolutely in an instant. You never know when this race could turn entirely upon its head. And that's just saying, up in the top 5. Let's take a look a little bit farther down as well, because we got some great battles here. Henry and Simon, look at this one, dude. These guys are neck and neck as well. Difference in tires for sure. Big difference. And I think that Simon Carlson is going to defend like his life depends on it. So I do not expect him to give this possession up that much. Sketchable and ADF. Teammates battling it out right here for 13th and 14th. No points on the line, unfortunately, for those two. They're still fighting it hard. Andy has been taken over by Chazzy Watts. So Chazzy's 6 seconds away. And of course, the battle at the front still 6 strong and absolutely exceptional racecraft and pace from all these guys. Dude, it's unbelievable. Look at how tight they are coming through the second last corner. It's unbelievable. That's crazy. Big braking zone here for the end. How's the turn in? Looks good for literally all 4 of these guys. All 5 probably. And Lyric though, MV1, I mean, he's got 1.4 seconds away. Esteban's gonna go overtake Marcel easily. In fact, that's 1-2. Oh, they're gonna go 3 wide. Oh, they're going 3 wide. They might go for it. No, they won't. They're gonna go double wide. 2 and 2 right there. And they're all gonna file in. And I think MV1 might have to give this one up. Doesn't want to, but he does. And Cloud's actually gonna end up making it up into second. Great move from Cloud to hold on to second right there. Marcel Paps goes from first to 4th. Loses 3 positions into turn 1. It's, oh, huge lockup for Marcel Paps. And that's gonna let Zyros almost come back up there. That big mistake almost ended the race. That could have been disastrous, but Marcel will have time to catch back up. He'll be fine. He won't lose it. Oh, that was nearly disastrous from a big lockup for Marcel. He's got to be careful about those rear brakes and maybe look at changing that brake bias and moving it up a click at this point, because I'm sure he's going to remember that one. That was scary, scary. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I think so. Marcel, of course, as you mentioned, 3 laps older on those tires. So, yeah, he may have to start looking at nursing them a little bit more. It's really impressive that those guys took those softs for that long. That's crazy. 12 laps on softs was really impressive. I mean, we obviously thought that Marcel was a genius, right? Because he did gap and get a sextuple overtake going into turn 1, which was pretty impressive. He had a really good, pit stop, and it seemed like the right strategy. But now, as the tires are starting to kind of evolve into their shape, I don't know who's right or who's wrong. It's looking like the other 5 may have been the smarter ones to play the game and follow the leader, and just see what Esteban / MV1 would do. That could have been it. I don't know. We're going to find out, obviously, as the race continues to unfold. But now Marcel is just really locked into this pack. He's 3 laps older tires. He's got to make sure he keeps nursing these things and stays cool, calm, and collecting them. And does not ever push it. Otherwise, we could see something really bad happen between the 6 of them. In the very far back, we got Sketchy Bull, ADF, Simon, and Henry. All fighting for the final 2 points playing positions of 11th and 12th. Big dive right there from Simon. Going to go make a move on Henry up into turn 4. Huge dive actually from Simon. It was a really great move. Simon will stick it pretty well, but it's not going to have nearly the same exit as Henry does. So Henry goes and hounds some pressure on him. ADF looking for a potential move, but does not find it. And of course, Sketchy Bull is just going to stay back and be patient. ADF, though, does not want patience to be written on his tombstone. He wants everybody to know, no. If I die, I go out going crazy, making a move for 12th. You know? So you know what? Power to him, ADF. Power to you. Yellow flag in the back. Looks like it's Ferrari. Of Dreams. Oh, Dreams is off. Unfortunate for him. Quite unfortunate. No DNF, no safety car still. And of course, Esteban, Cloud. Ooh, actually, it's going to be an overtake right here. I was going to mention. They're catching up to the back of the pack of Yellow Snowman right here. So Yellow is at risk of being lapped pretty soon. In fact, ooh, Supplier looks for an outside line on Zyros. Doesn't have it, but ooh. That was near something. Almost something. Would have been wild for sure. It's just insane to me how close these guys can keep this race. I mean, look at that. It's a perfect line. These guys are top tier of their game, top tier of the league. They are as good as it gets here in Moose Racing League, and they are showing us exactly why we call this Tier 1, because it is the one place where you can find action just like this. And I always say this every single race. It's the perfect level of excellence to the point that it's not boring, but it's crazy, right? Like, these guys have been going for moves. They're doing some crazy stuff. But they're also not like freaking top-level esports guys where it's a 19-car DRS train for 28 of the 29 laps. And, like, you're all, you know, a couple thousandths of a second off of each other every single lap and nobody can even make a move, right? Like, no, this is freaking racing. It's intense. Dreams has retired in the pits. He's called it a day. Unfortunately, that lets Yellow Snowman move up into 17th. Yellow is going to finish the race if I know him. He's going to play it all the way out to the end. So I expect him to maybe hope for that safety car, get some points paying positions at that point. Esteban going to make a huge dive on Cloud. Easily done, dusted. MV1 thought about it, actually. Wanted to kind of scare Cloud a little bit. Cloud entirely unfazed. Oh, in fact, Cloud's going to make a move. Esteban gets a really bad exit out of 2. And Esteban is going to lose all these positions. All these positions. Oh, no. Esteban, huge mistake. The 2 Mercedes are having a little tussle right here. Oh, my gosh. MV1 barely gets in front as Cloud almost goes and rips into this side pod. Wow. It is coming to a head right here. Hey, you're right, man. One mistake, and that changes the whole thing. However, not Zyros could not capitalize on that. Same thing with Supplier after they still stay back in 5th and 6th, but did make Esteban go from 1st to 4th off of a mistake out of turn 2. Bad exit is all you need, man. Oof. Sorry, really more like turn 1. His bad exit was out of turn 1, and he ended up popping over to the right side of the track and just kind of let everybody swoop on down through the left end, and that actually ended up being the apex of the corner anyway, so it worked out for everybody whose name wasn't Esteban. Wow. This is gonna go. I know, man. I said it too. Oh, in fact, Esteban. Oh, yeah, you can see he's flustered. Look at that. Esteban's definitely flustered. Look at this, man. That was a moment. I haven't seen that kind of driving from Esteban yet today. Zyro's on the back of him, too. Esteban's going to be dumping. Yeah, he is. Hold on a second. Does that tell us something about how Esteban's feeling right now? Oh, my gosh, yeah. Something's up with him. Uh-oh. I think that mistake has maybe unlocked a little bit of a tilt out of Esteban. We gotta watch out for him and his driving here. We may see some more mistakes, some bigger sends, some crazier racing action. We got Henry out of the race. He's called it pits. He's called it a day going into the pits and retiring there. I thought we might have a safety car, but no. The flag is just around the pit stop marker. Esteban, though, still holding down 4th, looking for a move. Does not have one yet, but he's going to be nose to tail with the Mercedes coming through the braking zone of 11. Or sorry, of 10, excuse me. And, yeah, it's nip and tuck right here, man. Yeah, he does. I mean, he could do it, right? But he's got to get really lucky. He's got to have at least one of the people in front of him have a mistake, right? In the middle of a lap, he's got to be able to make one position up, and he's got to make a double overtake on to start finish straight. So it means he's got to be within, you know, 4/10 of the leader going into the start finish straight, and have a lot of energy saved up. So he's got to play this one really smart. But he's got to remember, everybody else is playing smart now too. Everybody else is, you know, kind of calculating what they're at, you know? Calculating, hey, what can we got for the rest of this race? There comes the Mercedes move on MV1. Marcel Paps will not be close enough to be able to make that move happen. But he's also not going to be, you know, too close to Esteban, so Esteban can't make a move himself. It's now a Mercedes 1-3, V-Carb in 2nd, Ferrari in 4th, Aston in 5th, and Supply Raptor and the Williams in 6th. Aston and Zyros and Supply Raptor have just been so locked in 5th and 6th. I think they've just kind of given up. They're like, yep, these guys can have this top 4, dude. Whatever, you know? Let them fight for it. We'll just hang out here. We'll grab our points. We'll go home happy. I don't blame him. I do not blame him. I mean, shoot, if I was in their position, I'd be like, yeah, I don't think I can pass these guys. These guys are crazy. But, I mean, at the end of the day, Zyros and Supply Raptor are up there in this train for a reason. They are equally as fast as those guys. Now, they are coming up to the back of a lap car of Yellow Snowman, so that's something to mention. And that's Supply Raptor's teammate. What is Yellow Snowman going to do for the team? Do we see potential team games going on here? Because remember, Yellow Snowman is also the interim team principal for Williams. So he is extra motivated to maybe have a little bit of fun and pull some minor shenanigans. You know, Esteban, 1/10 off of Marcel Paps coming into the final corner. He's to have a crazy good exit. Obviously, that's what he's lining up for. The exit's all right. Leaves a little bit to be desired, but it's not bad. You know, still going for it. DRS is on. MV1 not going to be close enough. Well, maybe not. Hold on. I spoke too soon. And the Mercedes of Marcel Paps trying to put some pressure on MV1. In fact, Marcel's going to go for it. 2 wide through 2. And I think Marcel's got it. Oh, wow. What a move for Marcel. That's going to be the Ferrari of Esteban up into play as well. He's going to make a move on the inside. Oh, no. They've touched. They all hit. It's 3 wide. They're all smacking each other, and MV1's going to take the lead right here, but Cloud's still going to stay side by side if he could, but he just couldn't quite. Marcel Paps now into 3rd. Oh, no. There's some action going on here. They're starting to get a little argy-bargy. 6 laps to go here in this race. 23 and 29 laps are down. Y'all, get ready for some scrappage. Get ready for some nasty stuff, man. In the right ways, we're going to see some crazy, crazy attempts. This is going to be nuts. Marcel Paps still looking for a spot. Doesn't go for it. He says, I'll stay behind my teammate. Whatever. Cloud sits into 2nd, and Lyric, of course, still leading this race now after a great move there through turn 2. That was so filthy to be able to hold that off. His way up the hill over turn 4 was crazy. Incredible job to be able to hold the lead right there through all that kerfuffleage. Esteban, of course, sitting, waiting, ready to pounce. But he's too far back right here to make a move. I mean, Marcel's going to have a good enough exit, right? Look at that. It's a good exit. You know, Esteban had a slightly better exit, but not by much. And if you look at the way that everything is, you know, they're all staying right tight and tidy. Zyros will not make a move right here, but in fact, at the front, it's going to be a move done and dusted pretty easily for Cloud in front of Lyric. MV1 stays back. He stays in 2nd. Cloud now leading the race. Marcel Paps in 3rd. Esteban 4th. There's a change of leader literally every lap for like 20 of these 24 laps. It's been unbelievable so far. It's been a great race, and I cannot wait to watch the end of it, of course. Before we get to the end and before we get to more of the sharp end of this magic, I just want to give a little bit of love to some people a little bit farther back. We got Simon still fighting for 12th and 11th. Remember, those are the final 2 points paying positions. So these positions do matter. And of course, Freddie Rosell is fighting off to Chuby as well. These guys have been having a heck of a scrap all race long. Chazzy, though, has been in no man's land forever. And he's racing the most boring 7th place race of his life, I'm sure. But he's doing a great job to stay locked in, not make mistakes, not lose time to Chubi, and just, hold on to this position. So really great job from him. Every single driver, though, except for Noob, is without a penalty. So that's quite impressive. I just want to mention that one as well. It's really quite impressive. Back to the action up at the front. It's still a 6-wide battle. Still insane. Gwenfro says, what am I seeing? You are seeing one of the tightest finishes in Moose Racing history, dude. It's 6 wide, or, it's a 6-person strong fight for this win. It is really tight, and it's phenomenal to watch. Supply Raptor, of course, at the back of the train. Cloud, the conductor, with Lyric sitting in second, looking like he doesn't want to be a first mate any longer. Same thing with Marcel Paps, though. Almost rear ends the back of his teammate. But he says, nah, I'll stay behind. Esteban sits in fourth, waiting for sure. Someone saying Zyro's podium. Oh, hey, that's a hot take. You never know. It could happen, though. And they are catching up to Yellow Snowman rapidly. We can see him in the distance right there. You can see him just barely in your screens and some of these spectator cameras as well. You'll see a little glimpse of a Williams up at the front. That is Yellow Snowman. So MV1 is going to catch the lap car of Yellow Snowman pretty soon. There he is right there at the front of it. What's that going to do for this race, though? They're all going to have to clear the lap car, and it's going to be weird. They're not going to want to wait for even a millisecond. They're going to be like, nah, get me through now. Pull over immediately. If I was Yellow Snowman, I would be pooping myself right now. I'd be so scared. Noob has retired from the session. He's gone to the pits and called it a day. Sketchable's gotten himself 3 seconds of penalties. That's not going to help for his battle with Simon. That's going to lose him that position, and maybe even another one, because it looks like Andy is on sauce and catching up. So I think Sketchable may have just accidentally penalized himself out of this race from any points paying positions. It's still these 6 fighting it so hard. Now they're all gonna get the DRS from Yellow Snowman. Almost, not quite. They're still back. Esteban, there he goes. I knew Esteban was gonna have a moment to go for it, and he's gonna make a move on Marcel Paps, but will Esteban make a super dive? Nope, he's gonna let these two fight it out. In fact, he was wondering what the Mercedes is going to do. In fact, the Mercedes sticks back, and Esteban did not want the Mercedes to stay back. Now it's going to RG Barton between Esteban and Marcel Paps. Esteban with a good launch, though. I think he's going to have it done and dusted, going all the way up the hill in turn 4. I think he will, but we might see a dive from Marcel Paps. Marcel, oh! Huge mistake from Marcel. Going to give it up to Zyros. Marcel was looking to get a move done and get aggressive, and there's going to be Esteban backing out of that one. Smart from Esteban. He said, nah, this fight is not worth my time. Zyros, though, now up in a 4th, and he's getting closer and closer to that podium spot. Marcel has crashed into Zyros. That's 100% Marcel's fault. Oh, no, and Zyros and Supply Raptor are the victims more than Marcel. Oh, no, they're not going to be happy about that one. They hold their own positions, but, oh, that is no bueno. Marcel Paps has overcooked himself hard after losing that position, making his own mistake and taking it out on others. We don't like to see that. We do have Esteban here in 3rd, and that prediction for podium for Zyros is not looking good. He's now sitting in 6th. Esteban, though, holding the back spot at the podium. Cloud and MV1 fighting it off for the top 3. I mean, it's gone from a 6-person battle to a 3-person battle in literally a corner on lap 26. We're down to Esteban, Cloud, and Lyric. 3 teams, no teammates to help each other, or in Mercedes' case, hurt each other. We'll see what happens here. Who's got damage? I don't think any of the top 3 do. Let's see if we can get a good rear view camera from this Mercedes. Looks good enough there. The Williams and Supply Raptor looks like he's struggling for sure. Does look. I did see some debris for sure fly off, some debris. But I don't see any of their wings really damaged. So I don't know who's got it at this point. I could not tell you. And that's scary. My guess, Supply Raptor. Or Marcel. Yeah, my guess is Marcel, actually. But if he does, it's going to be light damage. Very light, for sure. Yeah, Zyros, though, looks like he's going to have a chance at maybe making a position up on Supply Raptor. Now Supply Raptor's got no DRS to defend with, right? Supply Raptor and Zyros are all on their own to fight. So this is really a true battle for 5th. And look at this insane overspeed. In fact, it's going to be Zyros just staying back. He says, nah, I don't feel like going for it yet. DRS games are very real there for 5th and 6th. Marcel, of course, in no man's land. And Esteban, Cloud, and Lyric running up our top 3 right here. A little farther back, though, look at Tachubi and Freddie Mazel. Look at these guys. They're still going at it, battling for that 8th place position. So That's some good points right there if either of them nail it down. So, you know, they've got a lot to fight for still. It's really anyone's race there. And, of course, Simon is fighting off Andy. He wants Andy's tires to fall off right now so he can catch back up a little bit. But Andy's looking pretty locked in. We'll see who ends up taking that 11th place spot and who ends up taking 12th between the two of them. Zyros has made the move on Supply Raptor down the front DRS stretch. Pretty easy. MV1 still leads the pack of the top three. Chazibot has left the session. Oh, no. His AI is left the session. Oh, no. Chazzy, who's looking so good sitting in 7th in no man's land, 10 seconds away from those in front of him, is now going to get overtaken by Tachubi. No for Chazzy. Oh, no. What a good race he's done to hold off everybody up to that point, but unfortunately, his AI says no more. We're kicking you out of here. Esteban still yet to catch back up to the leaders. He just does not quite have the pace to catch MV1 or Cloud. He can't find his way through, and they are on their penultimate lap right now. It is almost the final lap of the race. We've only got about 4 more corners left until we get to that final lap, and so it is really now or never for this Ferrari driver. He needs to make that double overtake going into turn 1 and hold it for the rest of the lap. Oh, gets a little bit on the curb, but not quite in the nice way. He needs to mount it a little bit more than that, but decided not to. He's been saving his energy. Up in front, saving energy. In front, saving energy. All 3 of them have full tanks of battery. I wonder if all 3 of them know that each other have full tanks of battery. They gotta understand, hey, I'm fighting against smart people. No way that I'm smarter than them, and no way they're smarter than me. I think all of us are equally smart. Cloud, burning everything he's got. This is his one chance. Esteban's gonna not have a chance to go for it. He's gonna let them 2 fight it. Esteban says, hey, that's fine. You 2 fight. Let me get you another moment. Interesting. MV1 says, no, I want this back. MV1's burning. Look at this. He's going to try to go for it right here. Maybe Esteban? Will he try to get lucky here? What's Esteban doing? Is he just letting it happen? The tire's dead? What's going on? He just seems to be driving not that great. Supply Raptor and Zyros. Oh, no. They catch 3 seconds. They're fighting. Oh, Supply Raptor and Zyros are smacking each other around. Uh-oh. We're going to go away from that one because that looks like a Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight, not like a F1 race. Ooh. We got Esteban trying to get a move right here. I don't know if he's going to get this one right here. It's a tough one right here. Neither will MV1 because we got enough battery from the leader of Cloud. But it's the next straight. That's the question. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Esteban might be saving for that as well. Look at him. He's burning right here. He wants to stay. Oh yeah, he was. He wanted to stay on him. Gonna go optimize that exit. Oh no, Esteban! No, he's done himself over. He will not get it. Now it's the question of MV1. Will MV1 make the most heroic pass ever going into the final corner? Not gonna be done before the corner, but will it happen afterwards? Big burn from both these drivers. I don't think it's going to be enough for everyone. It's going to be almost there, but Cloud takes the W, and Esteban comes home in 3rd with MV1 coming home in 2nd. Marcel Paps, Scrappy Race comes home in 4th. Supply Raptor and Zyros end up in 5th and 6th. Supply Raptor barely defending that one. And Tachubi will come home in 7th, with Freddie Mazel dropping massively into 8th. Oh, Esteban tried everything he had, but just couldn't quite find it. Tachubi comes home 7th, like I said. Freddie Rizal will grab 8th. ADF is about to come across the line in 9th. And Simon rounds out our top 10. But Sketchy Bull, great recovery, ends up into 11th. Well done. Well done. Chazzy in 13th, though. His AI absolutely ruined him. Oh, man. That's tough. Arcadia, of course, in 14th. And Yellow Snowman rounds out our finishers. He's already done because he got lapped. Tough. That's crazy. How Sketchy will end up grabbing a point out of that, I do not know, but he did. GG's. A point to Alpine for himself. And Mercedes team bringing home a fat bag of points right there with 1st and 4th. Of course, MV1 actually did not leave. He's good. MV1 got 2nd. Don't worry, guys. It's a glitch. MV1 got 2nd. Very impressive. Very impressive on these drivers. Wow. Nutty top 6. And of course the finale could not have been better. Andy, though, grabbing driver of the day because of course he didn't even qualify. He ended up finishing the points. GG's to him. But the biggest GG's, the hats are tipped to our winner, to our dominator. It's our friend of the Mercedes, Mr. Cloud. Then MV1 and then Esteban. That confused the heck out of me because For a second, I thought that MV1 won it, but I was like, no, Cloud won that thing. So that's back-to-back for Cloud, isn't it? Wow. Great job. Incredible. Marcel Paps into 4th, the Pyrector in 5th, Zyros in 6th, Tutubi in 7th, Freddy in 8th, ADF in 9th, and Simon rounds out our top 10. Great job from all the drivers, man. That was one heck of a race, man. That was crazy. Well done, everybody. Now, unfortunately, I wish I had time to give us our interviews, but unfortunately tonight, I do not have time for. Unfortunately tonight, I do not have time for interviews because I'm a poopy butt face. But wow, what an incredible race. Those top 3 gave us the best show ever. I cannot thank them enough. I can't thank the top 6 enough for going nuts from start to finish, giving us an amazing show. That was phenomenal. So, you know, GG's to all. Really well done. And I cannot wait for next week, of course. It's going to be a great week next week when we go to Vegas. We're going to Vegas, baby. Let's see who's going to get lucky out there on the streets of Sin City. It's going to be a wild one, and I cannot wait for round 6 of Tier 1's Moose Racing League Season 12 Championship. It's been an honor tonight, as always, guys. I cannot thank you all enough for watching. You guys know the drill. If you guys could do me the biggest favor ever, keep being wonderful. Keep making the world a better place. We love and appreciate y'all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your night. We'll see you guys later. Adios.